Hey, English learners, welcome back to the Slowburn English podcast, the place where we slow down, breathe, and talk about the small things that quietly change our lives. I'm Emma.
And I'm Liam.
Liam, I want to start today with a small question. When was the last time someone asked you, "How are you?" and actually waited for the answer?
That's a heavy question for minute one, Emma.
I know, but really, think about it.
Honestly, I can't remember. Maybe last month, maybe longer.
Exactly. And that's what this whole episode is about. A tiny question we all say every day and almost never mean.
This is going to be a good one.
But before we begin, we just want to take a moment to say thank you.
Yeah, really, thank you.
Thank you for your likes, your kind comments, your quiet support, and all the love you keep sending to this little corner of the internet.
It honestly means a lot to us. Every week when we sit down to record, we read your comments first. It's like saying hello to old friends before starting a conversation.
And we got so many beautiful messages after last week's episode. Someone from Brazil wrote, "I listened to this on my morning walk and I felt like you were walking with me." That stayed with us all week, didn't it, Liam?
It really did. And someone from Vietnam said, "I'm too shy to speak English out loud, but I repeat your sentences in my head." And I just want to say that counts. That absolutely counts. Your English brain is going to the gym, even if no one sees it.
Yes, please remember that. Learning a language is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, private, and slow, just like our podcast.
Slow, like our name suggests.
Slow like our name suggests, exactly. And speaking of slow, we know our intros are getting a little bit longer each episode.
A little bit?
Okay, maybe more than a little bit. People are going to start saying our intro is longer than their whole morning routine.
But you know what? It's okay because this is where we connect with you. And connection is what today's episode is all about.
Which brings us to a small confession. We almost didn't make this episode. The topic felt too simple. How are you? Come on, everyone learns that in week 1 of English class, right?
Right, but then we started noticing something. We started noticing how often we say it without meaning it, how often we hear it without hearing it. And we thought, wait a minute, maybe the simplest questions carry the most weight.
So that's where we are today, unpacking a tiny question that everyone uses but almost no one really asks.
And if you're new here, welcome. Grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, whatever you like, and settle in. This is Slow Burn English, where we believe in tiny steps and big changes.
Okay, Liam, I'm going to tell you a story I've never told on the podcast before.
Oh, I love when you say that. Go ahead.
Okay, a few years ago, I was going through a really difficult week. I don't need to share the details, but it was one of those weeks where everything just felt too heavy. And I walked into my usual coffee shop. The barista, a young guy I'd seen 100 times, smiled and said, "Hey, how are you today?"
And what did you say?
I said, "Fine, thanks," without pausing, without even pausing. I said it, I grabbed my coffee, I walked out to my car, I sat down, and I started crying.
Oh, Emma.
And the strange thing is, it wasn't his fault. He asked a polite question, I gave a polite answer. The whole exchange was perfectly normal, but something about it made me feel more alone than ever.
That's powerful. And actually, I was reading about this the other day. Sociolinguists have a name for it. They call automatic greetings phatic communication, language that exists to build connection, not to exchange real information.
So the question isn't really a question.
Exactly. It's more like a small handshake made of words.
A handshake made of words. I love that. So today, we want to explore something really simple and really powerful at the same time. Why does a tiny question like, "How are you?" carry so much weight, even when we don't notice it?
Because it's one of the smallest bridges between two human beings. And a bridge, even a small one, is still a bridge.
Yes, and I want to offer a little image for today. Think of "how are you" as a small door.
A small door.
A small door between you and another person. Most of the time, nobody walks through it. We open it, we close it, we move on. But the door is always there, and once in a while, someone actually steps through.
And when they do, everything changes.
Everything changes, even a little.
So here's the question we want to leave you with at the start of this episode, a question to sit with while you listen. When was the last time your "how are you" was real?
When was the last time you asked it and actually waited? When was the last time you answered it and told the truth?
No judgment. We're not saying you should tell every stranger your life story. That would be exhausting.
And weird.
And weird, yes. But maybe, just maybe, there's a middle space between fine thanks and a whole life story. A space where we pause, look up, and become a little more present.
That space is what today is about.
A quick note before we go deeper. This is a B2 English episode, so we're going to use some slightly more advanced words, but always in a way you can understand from the context. Words like automatic, genuine, dismissive, attentive, underestimated, intentional, grounded.
Don't worry if some words feel new. We'll come back to them at the end in our word tour.
And if you're enjoying this so far, please do the quiet things that help us so much. Hit the like button, subscribe to Slowburn English if you haven't yet, and if you have a moment, leave us a comment below. Tell us in your own words, when was the last time someone really asked how you were?
Your English brain goes to the gym when you write that comment. Every word counts. Okay, let's dive in. Part 1, what I'm calling the automatic trap.
The automatic trap sounds serious.
It is serious, actually, even though the name sounds like a game show. Here's the idea. Most of the how are yous we hear during a day are automatic. That means it happens without thinking, without choosing, without real attention. It's a reflex, like saying bless you when someone sneezes.
Right, and tell me, I am the king of this trap. Can I share something embarrassing?
Please.
Okay. Every morning when I walk into the office building, I pass about 5 people before I reach my desk. The security guard, the lady from the front desk, 2 colleagues in the elevator, and someone in the kitchen making coffee. And every single one of them asks me, how are you? Or, hey, how's it going? Or just, hey, you good?
And what do you say?
I say, good, you, 5 times in a row. And here's the worst part. If you asked me 10 minutes later who I saw, I couldn't tell you. I literally would not remember.
Oh, wow.
Because I wasn't there. My mouth was there, my body was there, but I wasn't present. It's like I was on autopilot.
Autopilot is such a good word for this. Like when you drive home and suddenly you're in your driveway and you can't remember the last 10 minutes.
Exactly, and that's where I want to bring in a small image. Automatic greetings are like background music.
Background music.
Yeah, think about it. You walk into a cafe and there's music playing softly. You hear it, your ears pick it up, but you don't listen to it. You couldn't name the song, you couldn't tell me the lyrics, it just fills the air.
And automatic greetings are the same. They fill the air between 2 people, but neither person is really listening.
And the danger of the automatic trap is that it can feel like connection, but it isn't. It's the shape of connection without the substance.
The shape without the substance. I'm going to think about that for a long time.
And there's another word I want to introduce here, dismissive. When something is dismissive, it means you treat it as less important than it is. A quick fine thanks without looking up can be dismissive, even if you didn't mean it that way.
It's not about being a bad person. Most of us are just busy. Our brains are running 20 programs at once. We don't have the bandwidth to listen to every how are you.
Right, we're not criticizing anyone, we're just noticing.
And this is true for English learners, too. Something really important. When you only memorize, I'm fine, thanks, you're stuck in autopilot with the rest of us.
Yes, and a lot of English learners worry about sounding wrong, but the real risk isn't sounding wrong. The real risk is sounding empty.
Wow, say that again.
The real risk isn't sounding wrong. The real risk is sounding empty. The real English begins when you pause and tell a little bit of truth. I'm okay, but tired. I'm good, a bit nervous about today. Honestly, not my best morning. That is real English.
And real English doesn't need perfect grammar. It needs honesty. Honesty is always correct.
Honesty is always correct. I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Please do. Okay, part 2. Let's flip the coin. If part 1 was about the automatic how are you, part 2 is about the genuine ask.
The genuine ask. I like the sound of that already.
Genuine means real. honest, coming from a true place inside you. A genuine ask is when you slow down, look at the person, and actually wait for the answer.
And it doesn't take long. That's the beautiful thing. A genuine "how are you" might only take 3 more seconds than a fake one.
3 seconds. That's it. That's the whole cost.
Let me tell you what happened to me recently. I bumped into an old friend from university. I hadn't seen her in maybe 2 years. We did the usual thing. "Hey, how are you?" "Good, you?" "Good, good." We were about to keep walking.
The classic exit.
The classic exit, but then she stopped, turned around, and said, "Wait, Liam, how are you really?"
Oh, that word, really.
That one word, really. It was like a key turning in a lock. I felt my shoulders drop, I felt my voice get softer, and I actually told her. I said, "Honestly, the last few months have been hard, but I'm figuring it out." And we ended up going to coffee.
From good you to coffee, all because of one word and about 3 seconds of genuine attention.
And this is where I want to give you my second image. A genuine "how are you" is like a chair pulled out for someone to sit down.
A chair pulled out.
Think about it. When you walk into a room and see an empty chair pulled out with someone smiling and saying, "Come, sit," you feel welcome. You feel invited. You feel like there's space for you.
And a fake how are you is a chair pushed under the table. Technically, you could still sit there, but nothing about it says you're welcome here.
Yes, and the beautiful thing is you don't need any special skill to pull the chair out. You just need to be attentive. That's another of our B2 words for today. Attentive means giving your full attention.
Attentive is one of those words that sounds small, but changes everything. It's related to attention, but attentive is about presence. It's about being here, now, with this person.
Presence. That's a word we throw around a lot these days, but I think it has a specific meaning here. Presence means your body and your mind are in the same place.
Yes, because our bodies can be sitting with a friend while our minds are scrolling through tomorrow's meeting.
Guilty.
Guilty. And one more word I want to slip in here, intentional. When something is intentional, it's done on purpose, with care. And a genuine how are you is always intentional. It doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to be chosen.
Tiny word, huge meaning. Intentional.
And this brings me to a little learner bridge for our English students. In English conversation, the most powerful word is not always the fanciest one. It's the honest one.
Say more about that.
I mean, you don't need the word melancholy to describe a sad day. You can just say, "I'm tired. It's been a long week." That's real English. That's B2 English that works in real life.
The fancy word is optional, the honest word is essential.
And when you ask someone, "How are you?" in your second language, and you really mean it, you're showing them something that grammar books can't teach. You're showing them care.
Care doesn't need perfect grammar.
Care doesn't need perfect grammar, ever. Okay, I want to pause here and do something a little more careful, because I think there are 3 words that get mixed up all the time in English, and they all feel related, but they're actually different.
Ooh, I love a careful distinction.
The 3 words are polite, kind, and attentive. They sound like they mean the same thing, but they don't. Let me try to separate them.
Please.
Polite means following the rules of social behavior. You say please, you say thank you say how are you when you pass someone in the hallway. Polite is correct.
Polite is correct. Okay.
Kind is different. Kind means you're doing something with warmth, with a genuine wish for the other person to feel good. You can be polite without being kind. You can say, "How are you?" in a very polite way and still not care at all.
So polite is the form, kind is the feeling behind the form.
Exactly. And then attentive is even one step further. Attentive means you're actually paying attention. You're present. You're watching the other person's face. You notice if their smile is real or tired. You stay long enough to hear the answer.
So you can be polite without being kind, and you can be kind without being attentive.
Yes, someone can genuinely wish you well, that's kind, but still be too busy to really see you. And that's not bad, it's human, but it's not the same as attentive.
Can I try to put this in an image?
Please.
Polite is the envelope.
Kind is the letter inside the envelope, and attentive is the person who sits down and reads the letter slowly, word by word.
Oh, Liam, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I've been thinking about it since you started this part.
And the thing is, we don't need to be attentive all the time. That would be exhausting. We would have no energy left. But once a day, twice a day, with one person, that's possible. That's human sized.
Human-sized. That's perfect, because this episode isn't about becoming a monk. It's about becoming a little more real once in a while.
Tiny steps, big changes.
There's the tagline.
So let me bring us to the last big idea for today, what I'm calling the small revolution.
The small revolution. Sounds dramatic.
It's actually the opposite of dramatic. It's the smallest possible change done on purpose, repeated a few times.
Okay, I'm listening.
Here's the challenge. Once a day, just once, ask one person, "How are you?" and mean it. Wait the extra 3 seconds. Look at them. And if they give you the automatic "fine, thanks," you can gently say, "No, really, how are you?"
Ooh, that's scary. That's a little scary.
It's a little scary because you might get a real answer, and you have to be ready for that.
Can I tell you what happened when I tried this?
Please.
Okay, I decided to try it with the security guard in my building. His name's Mr. Dow. Every morning he says, "Hello, Mr. Liam, how are you today?" And every morning I say, "Good, you," without slowing down. So last month, for 3 days in a row, I decided to actually stop. First day, I said, "I'm okay, thanks. A little tired. How about you?" He looked surprised. He said, "Oh, I'm fine, sir." That was it, day one.
Okay.
Day two, same thing. I stopped, I asked, he said, "Fine, thanks," and that was that. But day three, something happened. He said, "Actually, my daughter just started university last week. First in our family. I'm very proud."
Oh, Liam.
And I stood there in the lobby, holding my coffee, listening to this man tell me about his daughter for maybe 1 minute. And then I went up to my desk and I sat down, and I thought, I have walked past this man every day for 2 years, and I never knew.
All it took was 3 days and 3 seconds.
3 days and 3 seconds and one question asked for real.
That is the small revolution. And here's the bridge for English learners, and it's my favorite one. You do not need perfect English to change a conversation. You need attention. And attention doesn't have grammar mistakes.
Attention doesn't have grammar mistakes. Write that down.
Write it down, because your accent doesn't matter. Your vocabulary doesn't matter. Your worry about, "Am I saying this right?" that doesn't matter either. What matters is that you stopped, that you looked up, that you meant it.
Tiny steps, big changes.
And before we close, let's slow down for our word tour and look again at some of the most useful words and phrases from today.
Yes, because this episode was all about the quiet power of a small question. We have some beautiful B2 words to revisit.
And let's begin with the word that fits this episode perfectly, automatic.
Automatic means happening without thinking, without choosing, like a reflex.
For example, my "fine thanks" at the coffee shop was completely automatic.
Or brushing your teeth in the morning is automatic for most adults.
Repeat, automatic.
Automatic.
Next word, genuine.
Genuine means real, honest, not fake, coming from a true place.
For example, when my friend asked, "How are you really?" her question was genuine.
Or his smile was genuine, not just polite.
Repeat, genuine.
Genuine.
Word number 3, dismissive.
Dismissive means treating something as less important than it actually is, brushing it off.
For example, saying "fine thanks" while walking away can sound dismissive even if you don't mean it.
Or she gave me a dismissive wave and kept typing.
Repeat, dismissive.
Dismissive.
Next, attentive.
Attentive means giving your full attention, really watching, really listening.
For example, a good listener is attentive to every small word and every pause.
Or the barista was so attentive, she remembered my order from 2 weeks ago.
Repeat, attentive.
Attentive.
Word 5, presence.
Presence means being fully here, not just with your body, but with your mind and heart too.
For example, her presence at the meeting made everyone feel calmer.
Or, I want to bring more presence to my morning conversations.
Repeat, presence.
Presence.
Okay, word 6, intentional.
Intentional means done on purpose with care and choice, not by accident.
For example, a genuine "how are you" is always intentional.
Or she made an intentional pause before answering the hard question.
Repeat, intentional.
Intentional.
Next, grounded.
Grounded means calm and steady inside yourself, not easily shaken.
For example, he stayed grounded even when the conversation got difficult.
Or taking a deep breath helps me feel grounded before I speak.
Repeat, grounded.
Grounded.
Word 8, underestimated.
Underestimated means judged as less important or less powerful than something actually is.
For example, the power of "how are you" is often underestimated.
Or she's a quiet person, but her influence is deeply underestimated.
Repeat, underestimated.
Underestimated.
Now, a bonus word from the world of linguistics, phatic.
Phatic is an advanced word. Don't worry if it's new. Phatic means language that exists to build connection, not to exchange information, like hello, how are you, nice weather.
For example, "how are you" is a phatic phrase in most English conversations.
Or small talk is mostly phatic, and that's okay. It's how we say, I see you.
Repeat, phatic.
Phatic.
And our last word for today, steady.
Steady means not moving, not shaking, not changing quickly, calm and reliable.
For example, her voice stayed steady even when the question surprised her.
Or a steady presence in someone's life is a gift.
Repeat, steady.
Steady.
Beautiful. 10 words, all connected to one small idea, that the way we ask and answer "how are you" can change everything. So here we are at the end. Before we close, one small thing.
Just one.
The next time someone asks you "how are you," just once today or tomorrow, try something tiny. Pause, look at them, wait one extra second, and maybe, just maybe, answer honestly. "I'm okay, a little tired. I'm good, a bit nervous. Actually, it's been a hard week."
And if you're the one asking, do the same. Slow down, look up, mean it. You don't have to do it with everyone, just once a day with one person.
That's the small revolution. That's how tiny steps become big changes.
And remember, your English doesn't have to be perfect for this. Attention is not a grammar skill, it's a human skill, and you already have it.
So if this episode stayed with you today, we hope it also encouraged you
In your English,
in your confidence,
and maybe even in the way you speak to the people you see every day.
take care of your English.
And take care of your heart.
This is Emma,
And this is Liam.
and you've been listening to the Slowburn English podcast. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.